The old mine. Ivo Hugh woke up feeling excited. Today was the day at a new job. The Thing controller walked up to Ivo Hugh. "There's an easy job for you. I want you to take the slate trucks from the quarry and bring them back to the transfer yard, so Henry can take them to the mainland," said Mr. Percival. "Okie dokie, sir," Ivo Hugh smiled. "Careful, Ivo. Those trucks do like their tricks," Rheneas warned. Ivo Hugh understood, and he rolled away. Ivo Hugh picked up a long line of slate trucks and set off down the hill to the transfer yard. But Ivo was still learning the line. Soon he reached a junction where the track split and went two ways. "Oh, bother," he said. "Which way do I go?" His driver and fireman didn't know either. "I think it's right," said the driver. "We'll come back if we're wrong." So they switched the points and headed down the tracks. Soon they came to what looked like an old tunnel. "That's funny," thought Ivo. "I don't remember a tunnel here." Ivo Hugh entered through the tunnel, but soon it got very dark. They had to stop, and Ivo's driver lit a lamp. It was then they realised something. "Oh no, this isn't a tunnel, it's a mine," said Ivo Hugh. "We'll have to go back," said his driver. Then there was trouble. As Ivo Hugh backed up, he heard a noise. What was that? Then the guard came up to his crew. "The brake van's derailed. We need to get it back on the tracks." "Bother," Ivo Hugh said to himself. Meanwhile, at the transfer yard, Henry was waiting for the slate. "Where's Ivo Hugh?" he asked impatiently. "I don't understand," Peter Sam said. He was puzzled and worried. Back at the old mine, Ivo Hugh's crew were using planks to lever the brake van back onto the tracks. Ivo could only wait. He tried looking through the darkness, but he saw nothing. "I've got my easy job and got myself inside this old mine," Ivo Hugh said. Then he heard something from the darkness. Ivo Hugh was shocked. His driver came up to him. "The brake van's back on. What's the matter with you? You look like you've seen a ghost." "I think I have," and he explained what he heard. So his driver and fireman uncoupled him from the trucks, and they rolled slowly on to investigate. Suddenly, when Ivo Hugh rounded a bend, his buffers hit something. He had hit a set of old rusty buffers. Ivo then looked up. Well, bust my buffers! There in front of him was a little old engine. "Wow, a lost engine," Ivo Hugh said in surprise. "Not lost any more," chuckled the old engine. "Allow me to introduce myself. They call me Fearless Freddy." "What are you doing down in this mine?" "I was left behind when the mine closed," answered Freddy. "I don't think so," said Ivo. "So I'm taking you to see our controller." So Ivo Hugh was coupled up to Freddy, and he pulled the old engine out of the mine. He soon found his trucks and pushed them out as well. Then Ivo Hugh set off to the transfer yard, pushing Freddy and pulling his slate trucks. On the way, Ivo noticed that Freddy had his eyes closed. "Are you alright?" "It's the sun," replied Freddy. "I've been in that mine for so long, my eyes just need to adjust." Henry and Peter Sam were still waiting at the transfer yard when Ivo Hugh arrived. "Sorry I'm late." But luckily for him, both engines were wondering about the old engine with Ivo. Henry couldn't stay to find out. The slate was quickly loaded into his trucks, and he set off to make up for lost time. Mr. Percival arrived at the yard and inspected the old engine, while Ivo told him the full story. "Glad you're safe," Peter Sam smiled. "You must have found one of the old Mid-Sodor mines." "I know that voice," said Freddy, who still had his eyes shut. "Stuart, is that you?" Peter Sam was surprised. "Who's Stuart?" Ivo Hugh asked. That's my old name, Peter Sam answered. I remember you now. You used to do the shunting in our old mine yard. That's me. What about the others? Vulcan, Grandpa? They're here, safe and sound, said Peter Sam. I hope I'll be able to be fixed up, said Freddy. It'd be great to work with old friends again. We'd best let our engineers have a look at you first, said the Thing Controller. Ivo Hugh, take him to the works. So Ivo Hugh took Fearless Freddy round to the workshop sheds.